It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Green Bay Packers on Monday Night Prime Time.
First opened in 1957. Welcome inside what's still one of the great stadiums of the NFL. Legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, home of the Packers. Great to have you with us in this primetime battle. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Under the lights, we'll be putting in the spotlight the running backs. These are two teams, Greg, with backs who can tote it and carry it and make guys miss. But they're going to give us a fun old-school game on the ground here tonight.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, Mike, because, I mean, how many of these games have you and I done where we start out saying, all right, the quarterbacks, the wide receiver, these two electric passing games, that's how these offenses are built. But now we have a little bit of a throwback, and for two teams that unapologetically say, we are going to run our offense through the running back position, we don't see that so often anymore. So for two guys like us that understand and appreciate the legacy and the history of this game, I think it's kind of fun.
He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They'll be led out by the lefty from the University of Washington. It's Michael Penix.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
Penix gonna throw right away. That's complete to McLeod. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
On second down, Penix.
I love this call, Mike. Second down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
Play action. It's Penix. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play. And good job by the defenders tracking them down and took them down for a loss.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. From the gun, here is Penix. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the rookie out of Texas A&M. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
First and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Love. That's caught right side. It's the tight end Musgrave. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense. And They've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. From the gun, it's Love. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Ray McCloud on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense ready now for their second drive. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. That's caught left side by Pitts. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. It's the first run of the game for Bijan Robinson. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
And this will be a Falcons first down. He'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Another run here for Robinson. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. From the gun, it's Penix. In trouble, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down. Here's Penix. Throw over the middle, caught by London. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. Open man down the field, Mooney. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
Throwing now, Penix on first down. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
This is like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
He's got his man. It's Mooney. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking.
That one taken in. Ray McCloud. Touchdown, Falcons.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Younghoe Koo now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Falcons move out to a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's Jaden Reed. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Packers offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. He'll get about 2. Big Grady Jarrett shuts it down. Second down and 8. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. The catch is made. This is Tucker Kraft. Third and a yard. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Green Bay 1st down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
We'll go play action with Love. Now he's free at the 35. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. A big gainer for Green Bay. 37 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Love. Quick throw, taken in. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up 2nd and goal. One more time, it's Jacobs. And he will dive into the end zone. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers.
Now remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Packers are on top. It's now 10-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. McLeod now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10. London brought in motion. We'll go play action now with Penix. He's going to take a shot here for Mooney. Jair Alexander is there to back that one away.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
3rd and 5. Looking to throw, it's Penix. And that will be incomplete. They could not hook up on what will be the final play of this first quarter. So on 4th down, the Falcons bring on Bradley Pinion to punt. Out to return this for the Packers, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now, Love. He'll go left side here and complete this one. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down? How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. Open is Kraft. He's got it. And he will score. Tucker Kraft. Touchdown, Green Bay.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. If you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
Now it's McManus for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Packers will get out in front 17-7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Avery Williams on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And not much materializes there. He'll get this to the 35. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll go again with Robinson. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
On 3rd down, Penix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Packers offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with 1st down. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Love to throw it on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire. So the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
And that'll go for a gain of about 4. Tackle made by Nate Landman. Third and 6. Here's Love. He's got a man. It's Dobbs. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
On play action, Love. Oh, not a good throw there. That's across his body. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Throwing is Penix. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
On second down, Penix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Penix on third down. He's got his tight end. That's Pitts.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
We'll try the right side with Robinson. Good running inside the 25. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15.
Explosive plays. Teams understand just how valuable they are in regards to the ability to score points. Typically, they come through the air, Mike. In this case, they got it on the ground. Now they find themselves inside the red zone.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10. From the gun, here is Penix. That one is caught by Mooney.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Second and a yard. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Oh, man, left wide open. Good play design there. Ray McCloud. Touchdown, Atlanta. His second touchdown of this first half. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
On is Koo for the point after. He knocks it through. And the Falcons are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14.
Falcons 14.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Packers offense running back Josh Jacobs heading back on the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. Running is Jacobs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Caden Ellis in on that stop. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Love. He's got a man wide open, the tight end, complete. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
A run up the middle with Jacobs. Tough to bring down, and somehow he manages to get 4 yards out of that. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. A 2nd down throw for Love. He'll get that complete to Dontavian Wicks.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target. 3rd down coming up.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
To the left side in the hands of Watson. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Dobbs headed in motion. On the ground, here's the first carry for Marshawn Lloyd. And he'll work this into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line, taken down after a gain of 5. Two minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. Back with more from Lambeau Field. After this, they'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Throwing is Love. He'll try and get there on the ground. Love going to get to the ground, avoid the contact, and pick up a 1st down.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on 3rd down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the 1st down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. This one is pulled in. Are the feet in bounds? Yes! Christian Watson. Touchdown, Packers.
So when you find yourself this tight to the goal line, Mike, the offense becomes a lot more restricted in as far as how deep you can throw the ball. The field is wider than it is long, and I think the idea here is let's spread them out. Let's put all of our eligibles out there and let the quarterback get a really good picture. Where are the holes in the coverage? Where are the one-on-one matchups that I like? And let's put this ball in the quarterback's hand, let him make a good decision, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
McManus on for the point after. He's got it. And the Packers go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Williams now to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit is 10, 24-14. So work to do as they come up for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Quay Walker. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
We had a chance to talk to the defensive coordinator the other day, and remember what he told us, Mike? He said, we know how talented this young rookie quarterback is. He can make all the throws. We've seen him do it in college. But it's a different animal now doing this in the NFL. We think we can make him force some bad throws and make some bad decisions. And so far here in the first half, that's exactly what they've done.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. This one caught at the 4.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
On 2nd down, Love. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Here's Love. To the goal line and in. Luke Musgrave. Touchdown, Green Bay. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Now it's McManus for the point after. He's got it. And the Packers add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. On first down, it's Penix. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Finding room at midfield. And they will finally run him down. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. First and 10 now from the 36. They'll throw. It's Penix. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Again, it's Penix. That'll be caught by the running back, Robinson. That is a gain of 15, halfway there as he's down at the 15.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Penix gonna throw again. That'll be caught by McLeod. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. To throw again, it's Penix. That is caught by the tight end. Kyle Pitts. Touchdown, Falcons.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end in the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Here's Coop for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Falcons are able to cut the deficit to 10.
Falcons 21.
Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Halftime now at Lambeau. And the Packers are on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the halftime report. It was the Packers' leading man, quarterback Jordan Love, who turned in a solid performance in that first half. He lit up the sky with 3 first-half touchdown passes as his guys were rolling in the early part of this football game.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Here's Nixon on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. On 1st and 10, here comes Jacobs. He'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Big Grady Jarrett shuts it down. Second and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. Here's Love. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Really nice job here in the second half for this defense to come out and make a play. That last sack's going to go a long way to getting off the field, getting the offense the ball back, and see if they can chip away.
On 4th down, the Packers turn it over to Daniel Whelan to punt. To return is Williams. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The visitors' offense and Michael Penix getting ready for their next possession. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. First and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Penix. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. Looking for room out on the edge. He's not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
The Falcons send their punting unit out. Good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And a pickup of 3 or maybe 4. Tackle made by Nate Landman. Once again, it's Jacobs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Mike, I have to be honest. When offenses come up with run play designs, blocking the corner is not really a big priority. But in this case, great job not only forcing it on the outside, but defeating the block, coming up and making the tackle, and keeping it to no gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. And he is very close to the first down, but an eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches.
As a play caller, those are the plays that just drive you crazy, Mike. You think you're going to pick up the first down, you get tackled just shy of the sticks, and now a little bit of a gamble here on 4th down.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. And here's Bijan. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Now Penix. He keeps it himself.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On the ground, it's Robinson. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Another run here for Robinson. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
They'll throw on first down with Penix. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. From the gun, here it... the pressure all over him. He goes down again.
Just can't seem to get anything going on every ensuing snap. They just continue to go backwards and backwards and backwards. They've got to find a way on first and second down to stay ahead of the chains so third down is not so daunting.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. From the gun on third down, here's Penix. And that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
The Falcons getting their punter out there. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Packers offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out there. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. Here's first and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate. And that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
The man in motion is Watson. They'll go play action with Love. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game. Just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion. From the gun, it's Love. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Dobbs headed in motion. They'll run the draw with Jacobs. He'll be taken down at about the 33-yard line. Hayden Ellis in on that stop. They face second down and 7. Now Love. That is into the hands of Wicks. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. He'll get 4 and down inside the 20-yard line. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll get it down to the 12. And that'll give him a new set of downs from in close. On first down, it's Love. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. To throw is Love. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. That's the safety, Jesse Bates.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Over the middle, that's his tight end, Pitts. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Now the lefty Penix on 1st down. They'll try to set up the screen here. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
On 2nd down, Penix. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll look to set up the screen here. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
That's to Pitts, the tight end. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. Coming up.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Penix. That's going to be caught. And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
So the key to this play is when you're going to play pass coverage and you're going to drop in depth, you have to understand if the quarterback drops the ball off short, you need to rally tackle. You need to limit the run after the catch. Don't let that receiver pick up the 1st down. That's exactly what this defense was able to do in this situation. Tackle them short of the chains, force the turnover on downs.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Love to throw. There's that man again. Another catch.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Now Jacobs. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll run with Jacobs. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. It's scooped up by the Falcons.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay, so they might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Here's a 2nd and 12. Love. That's left side, caught by Musgrave.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
3rd and a yard. On play action, Love. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Love gonna get to the ground, avoid the contact, and pick up a first down.
Here you are at the end of the game. You need a stop. You find yourself trailing. You have everybody covered, and the quarterback gets loose. Those are the plays that just kill a defensive coordinator. You're about to force a punt, about to get the ball back to your offense. Give credit to the quarterback. He made a play when they needed it.
Love to throw it on first down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Inside the 10, it is caught, and he is going to be out of bounds. It is a gain of 23 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's first and goal.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And it'll lead to a second and goal.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your team...
And he's in. Jaden Reed. Touchdown, Packers. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
McManus on for the point after. His kick is good. And the Packers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. McLeod now to return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Falcons offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. First and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. That'll be caught by McLeod. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
That's going to be dropped underneath for Robinson. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it also gives some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
3rd and 2, and panics. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down. He gets more than he needs. 4 yards picked up on 4th and 2.
I know it's 4th and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane out. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it.
That'll be caught by the running back, Robinson. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports. After this, work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, here is Penix. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the 1st down.
Anytime you have a running back like this, it's more about just how many ways can you get the ball in his hand. He's had a great game today so far on the ground. Now they're starting to find ways to get him the ball through the air, and that is a handful for any defense.
He's going to take a shot here for Mooney. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for the 4th and long will end up in a turnover on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Running is Jacobs. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the 1st down inside the 25.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So, it's a win for the Packers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Packers are winners as we say so long from legendary Lambeau Field.